Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Friction Pinned. And today we're going to take a look at some reporting to see how many people are actually coming to our channel each day and approximately how many videos are they watching. Depending on how you look at your channel, there is some good information you can find in these analytics reports if you understand what information they are giving you. So first let's take a look here at, if you go into analytics under Video Manager and then go under the views report, and this is just the standard one that comes up. You can kind of look through and you see your views, but if you go right here to where it says compare metric and you add in unique cookies, we'll actually add another line to our report. And what this tells us, first, if we just kind of look at it, the graphs look very similar. They go up at around the same time, they go down around the same time, and kind of in the same proportions. This one is lower, which means there's not as many people. If we go back here and kind of put our mouse over this day, June the 8th, it says I had 917 views and 359 unique cookies. Well, what in the world does that mean, and why do I care? Well, what that means, first we need to understand what a unique cookie is. And a unique cookie is something that's placed on your computer that identifies you as you. So it knows if you watch one or two or three videos on mine, it knows all the pages you go to, and it's basically like your unique identifier. Let's call it an ID for you. So it can track all the different things that you do, and cookies are used all over the web by pretty much everybody these days, and it's mainly used for advertising and for reporting like this. What this tells me is 359 unique people came to my channel on that day and watched videos, and of those 359 people, they watched 917 videos. Okay, so first we have to think, alright, that's about what, almost 3 views per person? You know, that's great. People are watching 3 of my videos every time they come to my channel. Well, not exactly. Unique cookies, if you go up here, and you can always read about these things when you add them. If you click on this little question mark, it tells you what each of these sections mean. And a unique cookie, the way that YouTube uses it, is it only can detect that in web browsers. It doesn't include TVs, like smart TVs, and it doesn't include mobile devices or things that use apps. So you don't have an actual clear cut, this is everybody. So what you kind of have to do is figure out, well, what am I trying to get at? Why does this matter to me? Well, if you're looking for growth in your channel, you're going to want more eyeballs on your videos, right? So you're going to want this number to be as high as possible. So you actually want these two numbers to be closer together, right? Because you're wanting people to come to your channel and see it for the first time. Yes, hopefully they watch more than one video, but the idea, at least, in this scenario, is if I want people to find my channel, maybe I've done some search engine optimization, maybe I've used advertising, maybe I've done, worked with somebody, mentioned me on their channel, what have you, then I can see that either affected my traffic positively or negatively over time. You don't want to look at just one day. Obviously, you got to take that kind of information over time. So if I were to look at this and say, wow, there's only 181 people that are looking at my channel on this day, I would like to get that number increased. But if your goal is to actually have your people watch more videos at one time, so you're not necessarily working towards getting new people, but to retain people to watch more of your videos, then you want these two numbers farther apart. You want your views to be significantly more than your unique cookies, which means they're watching more videos. In this example, if we were over here, so we had 359 to 917, that would be approximately, let's say 3, we'll round it. So that's 3 videos per person. If I come over to this day, I've almost got 4 views per per person, because these two numbers are that much different. To get a little bit better idea of how these numbers are for you. For instance, if I look at mine, it says 182, but I know that's really only people using web browsers, pretty much. So I need to figure out, well, if 182 is not the real number, how do I figure it out? If we go over here to devices, and you check on that, and then you can see here the kinds of devices that are accessing your channel, right, and making views. So these are views. So it says right here computer, which for all intents and purposes, that's what we're going to say comes from those those cookies, unique cookies, because tablets, mobile phones, those things are not going to have that unless they use a web browser. So there will be a little bit of difference there, but for our purposes, we're just going to round this and say half of the views from our channel comes from a computer. Okay, so I can pretty much guess that, I'm going to say, the other half, let's say maybe 30% of that is the ones that are missing from this other video. If we go back to views and we turn this back on, unique cookies. So if we go here, we've got 182. Well, we know that those web-only unique cookies are 50% of our traffic because we just looked at that. So we can add 30%, for this, purpose. It's going to be kind of hard to do that in our head. Well, let's say that number's, let's just say 300. So that should give us an actual closer view of, there were probably about 300 people that day that came to my channel and watched videos, and of that there were 721 views. So on average I got a little more than 2 views per person. So like I say, it really depends on what you're shooting for here, but in my case, I want to drive this number up. I want more new people to come look at my channel. So in this page, or this day on the 21st, I had 771 people come to my channel, and that's what I want. I want more people coming to my channel. I'm hoping that over time they'll continue to come back and watch more videos and then go back and watch some of the previous ones. Here we got almost 1,500, or a little over 1,400, I guess, individuals that came to my channel and watched at least one video on that day. And again, remember that number is only about 50% or so of what the real number is, because it's only counting computers. More and more people are using tablets and smartphones these days, so that's going to account, at least in my case, for almost another 40%, somewhere between that 30 and 50 that we looked at of that traffic. So almost everybody watched one video that day, is basically what that tells us. So I've got more people seeing my channel, and that's what I want. And hopefully that's when the videos take over and they do their job, because the content is what's going to make them watch more. So if you go and you use this and you see that your numbers are close together, that means that new people are coming to your channel, watching one video, and then they're leaving. The farther apart these two lines are, it's going to mean that there are people coming to your channel, but they're staying there longer and they're watching more videos. So it really depends on what you're shooting for, but this gives you some information that as we look at this thing grow and change over time, there's going to be days like here where there's about a 1-to-1 ratio, and looks like there's probably a day here that there's a 1-to-1 ratio, but you kind of take the average here. And I would say that mine's probably about, for every person that visits my channel, I get about 2 views from them. So if I want to increase that, what are some things that I can do? Well, I can do annotations. Maybe people just don't know about some of the other videos I have. If I want them to watch another video after they just watched one, then I'm going to put annotations in there that direct them and say, hey, I also made this video, go watch it. Or I'll put my videos in a playlist so that shows a series over to the right of the video, and they know that when they watch that one, they can see the list over to the right, or it'll automatically start playing the next one as soon as that one ends. So you can kind of see what order they're in and quickly click on one or two, and that should generate more views per person. Those are just a couple of easy, quick ways you can do that if that's kind of the goal that you're looking for. If you're wanting to drive new traffic to your channel, get these lines closer together, then maybe you want to look into some kind of search engine optimization, which we've covered before, kind of get yourself higher in the search engine ranks, or to use better keywords so people can find your videos and hopefully click on them, and that drives them to your channel. So that will also help. Also, advertising. There's various different ways to advertise. There's Google's method, and there's other methods. There's websites. There's social media. There's all kinds of ways to advertise your channel that should drive more unique people that haven't ever been to your channel before over to where you need them to be. And then from there, you use the other two things that we just mentioned, the playlists and the annotations, to separate these numbers. So you've got them there, now you want to keep them there. So that's what this report kind of shows for us. And you've got some different things in here that you can use. If you want to see various different things, you can click on subscribers, and it kind of shows you your subscribers mixed in with your views, and do they go up and down? Hopefully they do. And just play around with these reports and see what you guys can come up with. And remember that whenever you click on these and start messing with them to figure out what these are, you just click these little question marks here, and it'll actually tell you what they are, and it makes the report a little bit more meaningful to you. So that's what we've got for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.